for-profit.
So Mr. Musgrove,
corporation.
I know where you're going with this, and none of that is valid. None of that is law.
I'm not the all caps name. None
of that is valid. None of that is law. You are standing in my courtroom. I have jurisdiction over you.
Everyone involved in this court case has a financial interest in the case.
I don't have a financial interest in your case. I get paid by the state of Michigan, whether you plead, whether it gets dismissed. I don't make any money off you.
Right, and I can't face that accuser because that business can't get on the stand for me to ask questions, and a third party.
But their representative can. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. Yes, they can.
This sovereign citizen is standing in court on a serious embezzlement charge and facing up to 25 years in prison. But instead of just focusing on that, he starts questioning whether he even wants his own attorney. He tells the judge he thinks the court is a private for-profit system, which is about the fastest way to set off a sovereign citizen alarm bell. The judge has clearly heard this exact routine before and shuts it down before he even finishes the sentence. This one gets tense really quick here, so let's dive right into it.
You're Brian Musgrove?
I'm here to represent.
I have no idea what that means. So why don't you come up to the podium?
I tried to.
Nope, yeah, stand in front of the thing. So what is your name?
Brian Joseph Musgrove.
Okay, are you an attorney? What's your P number?
I'm not an attorney.
So then you can't represent Brian Musgrove. So you are a defendant, correct?
I'm an executor on that estate.
Okay, so none of that is valid or legal. So you have an attorney?
He's not doing nothing for me.
Okay, that wasn't my question. Do you have an attorney? Yes or no?
I have, yeah, he was supposed to be representing me, but.
So you have Michael Dagger Margosian. Okay, so he's your attorney. Okay, so go have a seat. When Mr. Dagger Margosian gets here, I'll call your case, okay? All right, so Mr. Musgrove, you want to come up to the podium, please? This is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Brian Joseph Musgrove, file number 23-21461FH. I have Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of the people, and I have Michael Dagger Margosian appearing on behalf of Mr. Musgrove. Mr. Dagger Margosian might, oh, there he is. So Mr. Dagger Margosian, this is a date and time set for pre-trial in this matter. Mr. Musgrove said that he was appearing on his own behalf. I did verify he is not an attorney, and you are still the attorney of record. So Mr. Dagger Margosian, how do you wish to proceed?
Well, Your Honor, I am aware that Mr. Musgrove wants to present information to the court. I'm happy to be standby counsel if he wants to represent himself. Obviously, this court would have to go through the colloquy of that, but obviously it's Mr. Musgrove's legal right to at least ask the court to do that. So I'm here to observe at this point.
All right. So Mr. Musgrove, when you were at the bench or up at the podium before, you said that you were appearing on behalf of yourself. So Mr. Musgrove, are you asking to no longer have counsel represent you?
Well, what I'm understanding is that the courts is a private for-profit.
So Mr. Musgrove, I know where you're going with this, and none of that is valid. None of that is law.
I'm not the all caps name. None
of that is valid. None of that is law. You are standing in my courtroom. I have jurisdiction over you. So
I tried to file paperwork with the clerk's office ahead of time so that you would have time to review it, and they denied me.
I know what you're talking about. None of that is valid under the law of the state of Michigan or the Constitution of the United States of America.
What do you mean it is?
No.
The Supreme Court says it is.
What does it say it is?
The Supreme Court says that if we were at the age of 18, we were supposed to claim our minor status.
Nope, not valid.
This is where the judge basically stops letting him talk in circles and starts breaking down point by point why none of the sovereign citizen theories actually hold up. He tries the financial interest angle and claiming that everyone in that courtroom profits off his case, and the judge shuts that down instantly by pointing out that she gets paid the same no matter what. Then he tries to argue that there's no real victim in an embezzlement case, and the judge just reads the actual charges back to him. A company is out almost $69,000, but he even brings up that needing to claim his minor status at 18 18, and honestly, at that point, you can just practically hear the judge's patience wearing thin. What's wild is that he's facing up to 25 years combined on both charges, and instead of taking that seriously, he's just arguing legal theories that have never once worked in an actual courtroom. The judge even defends his own public defender and telling him straight up that these attorneys went to law school and actually know what they're talking about, unlike whatever this dude thinks he read online. I mean, the whole exchange is a perfect example of someone taking themselves further away from a real defense instead of closer to one.
So here's what I would say to you. Mr. Dagger Markosian is, like most of our public defenders, exceptional attorneys and very well versed in the law and very experienced. He gives legal advice. You may not like the legal advice, but it's usually good advice. I've never had anyone from the public defender's office not wholeheartedly try to represent their clients. So what you are talking about is not valid, and it is not going to get you out of this case. You're not going to be able to say all those things because it's not valid.
Everyone involved in this court case has a financial interest in the case.
I don't have a financial interest in your case. I get paid by the state of Michigan, whether you plead, whether it gets dismissed. I don't make any money off you. We have budgets. The court system is not a profit generating revenue. We are here to represent people so that people who are charged with crimes are protected. People who are victims of crimes are protected. And that's why we have.
But in order for there to be a crime, there has to be a victim. There is no.
Well, there is a victim in this case.
The victim would be the company.
You are charged.
I can't face.
Actually, just hold on. So your crime that you are charged with, which you are innocent as of this time, let me grab the right file, is failure. Oh, this is let me see. This is an embezzlement charge. So you are charged in count one with embezzlement 50,000 or more, but less than 100,000. That being an agent, servant, or employee of Hardwoods of Michigan Industries did convert to your own use without the consent of your employer or principal industrial tools and equipment in the amount of $68,938.40 or money or equipment. And that's a 15-year felony. So if you are found guilty by a jury, you can go to prison for up to 15 years. You're charged in count two with using a computer to commit a crime. To facilitate the charge in count one, that carries a maximum penalty of up to 10 years in prison. And the way the statute is set up, I can actually stack those possibly. So you potentially could be looking at up to 25 years in prison. So the victim that's alleged in this would be that business.
Right, and I can't face that accuser because that business can't get on the stand for me to ask questions, and a third party.
But their representative can. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. So I have 189,000 of student loan debt that was forgiven to be a lawyer. You do not. And Mr. Dagger Margosian, Mr. Isaac Sneed, all of the attorneys here went to law school to know the law, and their job is to advise you of the law. So yes, they can. Yes, you can be charged.
Everything, all the laws and statutes that you guys go by
are legal.
Corporations. They're for
still a crime. Still a crime.
But I'm not
still
a
crime.
Corporation. I'm a living person.
Yep, and that's why you're standing in front of me. If you were dead, the case would be dismissed.
Yeah, the all caps name is dead.
That means nothing. That's not valid. Okay. It's not legal. Right. So, do you want to represent yourself, or do you want to have an attorney to represent you?
I need some time to think.
Okay, so I'm going to set this for another pretrial on March 20th. At 8:30 in the morning.
In the end, the judge doesn't let any of it actually stick, and every single sovereign citizen argument gets shut down on the spot. When she finally asks him point blank whether he wants to represent himself or keep his attorney, I mean, all he can say is that he needs time to think about it. So the judge just resets the case for another pretrial, and he walks out having accomplished absolutely nothing except wasting the court's time. It's honestly kind of stunning watching someone with a 25-year-old prison sentence on the line, spending his hearing argument time all caps names instead of his actual case. This is exactly why these tactics never work, and the judges have heard every version of this script 100 times, but at the end of the day, all he did was just push his real problems further down the line. But drop a comment, let me know if you think he actually keeps his attorney, or he tries to go back alone next time. And if you enjoyed this one, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe as always, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.